All right, we are back with another video. 5 cards that you should be buying right now. But before I get into that, I do want to say thank you to all the subscribers out there. We appreciate it immensely. We did make it to the 100 subscriber mark. Super excited about that. Means a ton to us and all the support that you all have given to the channel, the encouraging words, the likes, the comments, and just, ultimately subscribing to the channel and giving us your time. It means so much to us, and we're just really blessed to have this opportunity to do this. And so I think right now we're at somewhere around 107 subscribers. And as promised, we are going to do a special giveaway in honor of hitting 100 subscribers. So today, we're going to do that giveaway. All you've got to do is be subscribed to the channel and then leave a comment on this video letting me know which card you would like to receive. And that's the card that you're going to get. Now, there's going to be 2 winners. We're going to give away 2 cards and one to each of the winners. And it will be the card that you said that you wanted. But the cards that we're giving away is we're going to give away 2 of the new quarter century rares from Legendary Collection 25th Anniversary Edition. So those new quarter century rares, we're going to give away 2 of them. So if you leave a comment saying, I want the Blue Eyes White Dragon, that's what you're going to get. Or if you leave a comment saying, I want Slifer or Obelisk, that's what you're going to get. So, again, we're just so grateful. We want to give back to you all as much as we can. So there's going to be 2 winners of the quarter century rares. Now, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Let's hit that 200 subscriber mark. Let's keep climbing up. Now, before I get into the actual cards that I think that you should be buying right now, I do want to say a couple things about buying cards right now. And the first is, buying cards right now is a little bit tricky. It's tricky because you've got the Megatins announced. They are coming out sometime in September, I believe. And with that announcement, you do need to be aware that a lot of cards are going to be getting reprints. And so a lot of cards, they're going to drop in value. And those are cards that you might not want to be buying right now unless you absolutely need them. But if you don't need them, I would stay away from cards in Battle of Chaos, Grand Creators, Tactical Masters, Dimension Force, Darkwing Blast. These are sets that I would be staying away from buying cards unless you absolutely need them. So the second thing that I want to say about buying cards just in general is staples. Buy your staples, man. Get your staples. Have them. It will make the game so much cheaper for you. I promise. So when new sets come out, you already have the staples that you need. You just need the core. And that's all that you need. So many times I see people selling or trading away their staples. And then 2 months or a month or even a couple weeks later, they're rebuying those cards for more than they sold them for. Just keep your staples. Keep them, have them. Always collect staples. They are the heartbeat of this game. The individual decks change all the time. A lot of these staples find their way in and out of the meta at different times. Just have them. What I'm going to be giving you today are 5 spells that I believe are staples, particularly in certain kinds of decks, and you should have them. So let's jump right into the cards that I think you should be buying. I'm going to bring them up on TCG just so we can see the price and what's happening with this card, or what has happened with this card. But what we do on this channel is I don't give you cards that have already spiked up. I give you cards when they're at their floor, meaning they're probably not being played right now, but they have a good chance to be played pretty soon. So let's bring this up. First card that we're looking at is Pot of Extravagance. It's not Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Extravagance. Why am I talking about Pot of Extravagance? Nobody's playing this card. That's why I'm talking about it. Everybody's playing Pot of Prosperity. The card's already expensive. You don't need anybody to tell you to go buy Pot of Prosperity. You already know. Pot of Extravagance, you might not know. I remember when this card was $100. When this was the chase card. Now I know that Pot of Prosperity has put a dent in the usability of this card. But this card will find a way back into the meta, find a way to be played again. You should have this card. Particularly when you can get the Prismatic Secret Rare out of the tin, this exact card, for under $8. That's a steal. You should have a playset of Pot of Extravagance. If you've got a little more money to spend, this card doesn't show up on here. I don't know why TCG Player does this. A lot of times the collector rares do not show up when you just bring up the regular card. But this card does have a collector's rare version, Out of Tune Chaos. I think it's somewhere around $70, something like that. I'm personally trying to get a playset of that. So if you've got more money, you might want to go the collector's rare route. But for me, I would be looking at the two secret rare versions. One, the original print out of Savage Strike, and the other is the tin version. I love the tin version. I know that some people really want the original print. Either one of those, I think, are a good buy right now. You should grab Pot of Extravagance while nobody else is looking at this card. Nobody's looking at this card. Maybe you say there's good reason. I think it's a great card. I think you should have it. All right, the next card we're going to be looking at. This card is a no-brainer right here. You should be looking at Chaos Space. Seriously, this card was always around, $15 to $20 in a super rare printing. The only reason this card is cheap is because it just got the secret rare printing out of Battles of Legend, Crystal's Revenge. This card is going to go up. And if you don't know this, I'm going to give you a little secret here. If you don't know this, when you go on TCG Player and you see that Direct by TCG Player right here, let me get that right there, is selling it for $6. And then you go down and you look and you see that you can get this card for somewhere around $250, $270. You can get this card for $270 from a verified seller. What TCG Direct is revealing to you right at the top here is that they believe that this card is too cheap. And they're not willing to sell it to you for $2.70 because they think the card's going to go up. And you know what? They're right. And so this is always a good clue to kind of get you understanding what people who know think about the card. So TCG Direct thinks that it's a $6 card, and that's because it is. And you can get it for $270. This is a no-brainer. You should be grabbing these Chaos Spaces. I pick these up wherever I can find them. If I'm just trying to, add cards to my cart to get over shipping, I'll add this in. This is a card you should have. We already know there's Chaos support coming. There's support for the Chaos archetype coming in the next several sets. This is a card that you're going to want. It's going to go up. Don't miss out on Chaos Space when you can get it for $270 a copy. I mean, you can get it. You can get basically a playset for like $7. It's a great buy right now. Don't be crazy. Go get it. Here's the card that I really want to talk to you about today. Forbidden Droplet. Forbidden Droplet sitting here around $15. Now, what you have to ask yourself is, how did Forbidden Droplet fall all the way down to $15? So I think that there's one of two answers to that. Either Forbidden Droplet instantly became a bad card, and in that case, $15 is too much and you shouldn't be buying it at all because it's a bad card. Or it's just not in the meta right now and nobody's buying it, nobody's thinking about it, nobody's talking about it. And if that's the case, that's when you should be buying it. That's when you should swoop in, buy your Forbidden Droplets, at least get a playset. At least have a playset of Forbidden Droplet. We are talking about an absolutely beautiful prismatic secret rare Forbidden Droplet in the tins coming in at $15. You cannot beat that. That is a great buy. Look at this card. I'm going to bring it up. Look at that drop. That is a massive drop from where it was sitting. Let me get it on here, where it was sitting at $25. That's just 3 months though. Let's go back further than that. Where it was sitting at $27, $28, all the way down to $15. Get your Forbidden Droplets and get them now, because this is not a bad card. You know it's not a bad card. It's going to come back into the meta. It's not going to be long before it's back in the meta. What are we looking at? 1, 2, 3 months? And this card will once again be seeing play in the meta. You should be grabbing it now. $15. That's a steal in my mind. All right, the next card that I want to talk about is... give me a little grace on here. Give me some grace. Ultimate Slayer. Now, I know that this card right here has not seen play in the meta. I know that. I also know that this card is in Power of the Elements, which is a set that was recently released, and therefore it could be in the tins. Now, when they revealed the cards that are in the tins, they did not say anything about Power of the Elements, but they always say and more. And that gives you an idea that Power of the Elements could find a way into the meta. I've already shared with you why it's not in Konami's best interest to publicly include Power of the Elements. I shared that with you in another video. I don't have time to go through all that here, but I think that Power of the Elements could have some cards in the tins. I still think that this is a card worth investing in. I think this is an absolutely amazing card that will see play in the meta. It just hasn't yet. And when you're looking at it around $15, now, if you're trying to decide between these two cards, Forbidden Droplet or Ultimate Slayer, the clear choice is Forbidden Droplet. But if you have some extra money and you don't have Ultimate Slayers, I think it's a great card, worth going in and buying, super easy to use, and can really get you over some troublesome cards. So it's just a card that I love, and I think that this is way too cheap. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people who are just waiting for this card to see play in the meta. All right, the last card that I want to talk to you about is Dark Ruler No More. Now, I'm going to bring this card up so that you can see what I'm talking about. There are a variety of printings of this card, but in my mind, there's only one printing of this card that you should be looking at. Now, I understand that some people don't have a lot of money. And if you don't, grab the commons. They do the same thing that this prismatic secret rare does. But if you do have some money, if you do have some money to spend on cards, this prismatic secret rare is absolutely beautiful. It is a nice card, and it is only coming in around, I think it's around $7 down here. Might even be, yeah, $7 for the near mint from a verified seller. This is a year out on this card. This chart right here, right down here, this chart is a year out. But if you were able to take this chart all the way back to when this card first came out, what you will see is what happened on this chart happens with this card over and over and over again. Meaning that this card will go in and out of the meta. And every time it comes back into the meta, what you see is it spikes up in price to almost $20. Right now, it's sitting there around $6 to $7. It's not currently being played a whole lot in the meta. It was recently, but it's not right now. Go in, grab your Dark Ruler No More in Prismatic Secret Rare, and be done with it. These are the 5 cards that I think that you should be looking at right now, just because I think they're too cheap for what they are. And you do want to dodge buying cards that could be reprinted in the tins at this particular moment. I think all these cards have a good chance of dodging that. By the way, if by chance Ultimate Slayer dodges the tins, I think you're going to see this card go up. Even if it doesn't see play, just by the fact that it didn't get reprinted. But these 5 cards, I think you should be looking at. Once again, thank you for all the love and support in the channel. Thank you for helping us reach 100 subscribers. Let's hit that 200. Let's go. My name is Todd from Code2 Cards, and I am out of here.